sometimes I face very specific questions that need to be resolved in different parts of the world. Well, in the past, when there was the Soviet Union, one bloc and the other bloc, what was there? Agreed within the bloc and off it went. No, I'm telling you frankly. But in practice, it happened to me several times. So I think, should I do this or that?
Then I think, no, I can't do that, because it will affect these people. Better to do it this way. And then, well, if I do it this way, it will affect those people. You see, this is really, really...
and to be honest, there were several cases we won't do anything at all.
Because the damage from the measures taken will be greater than just patience and endurance. That's it. These are the realities of today. No, I don't feel it. Alexander I was an emperor, and I am a president elected by the people for a certain term. That's a big difference.
First of all. Secondly, Alexander I united Europe by force, defeating the enemy that invaded our territory.
Recently, I was told that a Russian tradition is kind of being revived. Girls, well, young women at various events or where they relax, in bars and so on, come in kokoshniks, in Russian outfits. You know, this is not a joke. It makes me very happy. Why? Because it means that despite all attempts to undermine our Russian society from within, our opponents achieve no result, but rather they get the opposite effect of what they expected. And the fact that young people have this internal defense against attempts to influence public consciousness from within, they have such an internal defense. This is very good. It speaks to the maturity and resilience of Russian society. Unmanned systems in the air, in three environments, in the air, on land, and on water. And these are unmanned cruise boats. These are platforms that are used on land and unmanned aerial vehicles. Moreover, all of this has a dual purpose. Now, it changes the tactics of conducting armed combat on the battlefield.
Much is changing now. There are no more Guderian's wedges or fishing. Yes, as it was during the Second World War. Now tanks are used completely differently, Ivan.
Not to cut through and break the enemy's defense, but to support the infantry, and from covered positions. That's also necessary, but it's somewhat different. But the most important thing, you know what, the speed of the change is happening. In a month, in a week, many things change. I have said many times that we use something, then once the use of precision, let's say weapons, including long range, which is also a very important component today, becomes less effective. Why? Yeah? Because the enemy is using the latest electronic warfare systems. They understood what is happening and adapted. So within a few days, a week, we need to find an antidote. This is happening continuously, which is very important, both practically and on the battlefield and in research centers. These are modern changes. These are serious innovations in conducting modern armed conflict. Yes, but everything changes except for one thing. No. This is the bravery, courage, and heroism of the Russian soldier, of which we are all very proud. We fell behind, and some things we simply did not see. It's not that we wanted to do something but didn't finish it. No, we simply did not see some things. Well, there is probably some sense in it, but it sounds somewhat aggressive. Ministry of War. We have the Ministry of Defense. We have always based our approach on this, and will continue to do so. We have no aggressive intentions towards third countries. We have the Ministry of Defense, and the goal of the Ministry of Defense is to ensure the security of the Russian state and the peoples of the Russian Federation. Almost 100% of the Luhansk region is in our hands. We have 0.13% left, which the enemy controls. So somewhere around 19%, with a little more, is still controlled by the enemy in the Dnipropetrovsk region, the Donetsk region. Somewhere around 24, 23, 24, 25% is respectively Zaporizhzhia and Kherson region. And everywhere, Russian troops confidently, I want to emphasize this, maintain the strategic initiative. But if we are fighting with the entire NATO bloc and still moving, advancing, feeling confident, and
it's a paper tiger. What then is NATO itself? What does it represent then?
Well, never mind. The most important thing for us is to be confident, and we are confident.
Thank you. There are these children's cut out and assemble paper tigers. When you meet President Trump, give him one as a gift.
No, we have our own with him.
I see.
Relations. We know what to give each other, and we approach this, very, very calmly. There is no time for preparation. Our troops are advancing every day.
You see, the thing is, they don't have time to secure their positions or to prepare their personnel.
Yes, and the losses are greater than the ability to replenish the personnel on the battlefield. That's the issue. Therefore, it would be better for the Kiev leadership to think about how to negotiate. First of all, we, of course, unfortunately also have losses, but they are significantly less than those of the armed forces of Ukraine, significantly. And then, what the difference here? Our guys come and enlist in the army themselves. They are essentially volunteers. We are not conducting any mass, let alone forced mobilization, which is done by the Kiev regime. Why did I say that? I didn't make it up, believe me. These are objective data. And the Westerners confirmed this. From January to August, 150,000 deserters. And why? Well, did they grab people off the street? They are running away, and they are right to do so. I urge them to flee because we also urge them to surrender. But it's difficult for them to surrender because barrier troops or barrier detachments destroy them when they see someone trying to surrender, or they are destroyed by drones. Which are often operated by mercenaries from various countries. They don't care about Ukrainians at all. They just destroy them. And the army, well, it's actually just a simple working-class army there in Ukraine. The elite don't fight. They only send their citizens to slaughter, that's all. That's why there are so many deserters. We also have them during armed conflicts. It always happens. There are people who leave their unit without permission, but compared to what's happening there, they are very few. You understand?
A few, but there, it's on a massive scale.